Okay, so hi, I'm Little Miss Know-It-All, and welcome to my first ever vlog. I am talking to you today about stockpiling, and I wanted to show you guys my stockpile. Now, I've taken this in 3 different sections so you can see the 3 different parts of my house where I store the majority of my stockpile. And really, stockpiling, I found, is the best way to save money long term. And all it really is making full use of all the sales, because the likelihood, we know, of finding the sales on the items we need when we need them is very, very small. So what I do is instead I figure out how much we use on a regular basis, and when it's at its absolute lowest price, I buy enough to last until the next time it's going to be at its absolute lowest price. And things like my menu plan and my master shopping list have this information on there along with my price book that tells me when it's at its lowest price. So when it comes to stockpiling, I'm going to turn the camera around now and I'm going to show you some of the things that I've stockpiled. Now, it looks a little silly all put together like this, but listen for a second and see why I've got as many as I do. Okay, so first I'm going to zoom out and kind of show you. This is a closet in our basement that my husband has turned into a stockpile room for us. And the first thing you'll notice is a very nice freezer that I got for my birthday from my parents. And it's only slightly stocked because I've only started. It's full of Green Giant steamers and some meat that I found on clearance this week. I try not to pay more than $2.99 a pound for meat, and so there's some round steak for $2.79 a pound, and then I also had a coupon that gave me another 20% off this. So it was even cheaper than that. It was more like $2.30 a pound. There is sausages, which I got for $1 a package at Meijer this weekend, and then I found these on clearance, these Dole juices, for $1 a can, and so I went ahead and stocked up on them. All right, up top, yes, we have Pringles in our house. It's one of the few snacks my son can take to school with him, and he remains our biggest obstacle to having nothing but healthy food in the house. But sometimes we just have to make allowances for him since he's on the autism spectrum. We have some things we have to do. Anyway, they were only 80 cents a can at Meijer this week, and so I stockpiled on them. Back in here, you can see when Kmart last ran Super Doubles, I stockpiled cat food. There's the Good Life recipe and the Healthful Life cat chow. I got all of those for free. There's enough there to last us about 6 months. Over here, if you guys listen to my radio show this week, you've heard me talking about the Amazon clearance sales. Well, I got Pop-Tarts and cheese nips and Oreo, these 100-calorie cheese nips packs, and along with the 100-calorie Oreo packs last year during that. Now, that was before we were eating healthy. So these boxes still sit here, but they get pulled out once in a while, but not very often. I do like the 100 calories. They help me when I'm really having a strong craving. I can kind of nip that in the bud. And then here you can see we have a ton of cereal. And these were all ones I got for 25 to 50 cents a box. You can see there's Raisin Bran and Fruity Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios. I like the whole grains. I like that these are the low sugar versions, although these have been down in our basement for a while because we've been taking up all the high fiber cereals. So down in here, I'm trying to see if the camera will focus so you can see. It's kind of hard to see. But down and in here, there's probably 20 rolls of Viva paper towels. There are, these are Kleenex boxes and Celestial Seasonings teas. We have the Dial hand soap. I'm trying to see if it'll focus in there. The Dial hand soap. And a lot of you have asked me about my Pantene deal that I did last year, where I got all the free gift cards and all the free Pantene. This is a mixture of Pantene and Gillette shampoos. This is probably about a third of what we originally had. We've given away a ton. Down in here, I don't know if it'll focus or not. It's a brand new camera, but down here is all of the Cottonelle toilet paper that my husband jokes about. We've got vitamin waters galore. There's that is 2 deep and 3 high, and 5 wide. So there is a lot of cottonelle there. There's all these vitamin waters that I got for free, along with some of my son's Gatorades. Down in here were some travel Ziploc bags that we got for free. At the time, they had $1 coupons off any on the back. Now they say they exclude travel size, but back then they didn't, so you would just rip them off the back and use them, and you could pay for your purchases with it. And there's some of my Electrosol stash from the very first $2.25 coupon. And here's the one that looks crazy. These are all my hefty Ziploc bags. But if you remember that I bulk cook, I will use all of these in the next year, and each one of these boxes were free. And whenever I do a giveaway bag, a donation bag for someone, I always include some of these in there as well. So I included that in my totals. I have plenty of air fresheners. Everyone loved those Glade deals around Christmas. And then down in here I have some drawers. These are full of Robitussin cough drops. I'm sure most of you guys know what that deal was. The free Lifesaver Gummy Savers. These are back when the trial size all and Head and Shoulders were free. I've got a bunch of these, and we take these with us when we travel. And these also frequently get thrown into donation bags. And then down in here I have several packages. I'm almost finished with these, but these were some of the Amazon deals that I got on raisins. It was a really, really cheap price, and I still have 2 boxes of the 18 packs of the Horizon Organic Milks. So this is my stockpile room. This is where the majority of my stockpile lives. It's nice and neat because we've just put it together. I will be moving moving another freezer down here. The freezer in the garage right now is for everything, and I'm going to be splitting it up and making this one the storage freezer for all of the goods I bring home from the store, and then the one in the garage will be my bulk cooking freezer, so that I can store my bulk cooking up on the same floor that I actually cook it on. Just makes it a little bit simpler. So that is my stockpile. I think you'd probably be pretty surprised to see how much of it I got for free. I think that it looks a little funny to people who've never stockpiled, but in all honesty, I don't have to go shopping, so I don't care how silly it looks. Saturday was the first time I've been shopping in over 2 weeks, and I like it that way. So I plan to keep it that way, and these are all things that I'm using. None of these are things that I'm going to throw away. I do give out of these quite a lot, but none of it's wasteful, and I feel well prepared. Every time someone freaked out because there was a snowstorm or a windstorm coming, I was able to sit calm and still because I knew my house was well stocked. So everybody can see, this is one of our cabinets, which normally holds our placemats and other table stuff. So we've made it into a place to keep our evaporated milk and oatmeal and sugar and all the things we got on sale there at Kroger in early November. So one last piece of advice I want to give everyone before I wrap up this vlog is don't feel that this is an unattainable goal. I started with toaster strudels and goldfish crackers. Those were the first things I got free right after I lost my job. And over time, it has grown and evolved. Most people I know who do this faithfully after only 3 months have a fairly healthy stockpile. Remember that I've been doing this for over a year. And so a lot of the things you see in here were actually purchased almost a full year ago, and I'm just now getting around to finishing using them. The cereal that I showed you, that was bought in May of last year. They have expiration dates up until September of this year, so I'm very confident that I'm going to get through them. But I don't want anyone to be discouraged and think they'll never get here. This takes time, but it's a lot quicker than you think it is because there's a new sale every week. And if each week you stock up on the 1 or 2 things that are really, really cheap, then you will be here before you know it. All right, so thank you everyone for checking out my blog and my new vlog. I'm so happy to have my new flip camera. And be looking, I've got some product reviews coming up and some other things I'm going to be vlogging about, putting on online classes. And that's it. All right, bye.